Hey, good morning to you. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. It is Sunday, March 7th, so God bless every single one of you today. I hope you have a very wonderful, a very peaceful day today. Now, we have a few things going on that I'd like to talk to y'all about. And of course, with the weather, we just had surface low pressure and all the storms pass over Florida, so they are getting some power outages. Plus, we still have the rain that's still hitting the West Coast for the last couple of days. It's going to continue for a while. So Oregon and California also has some people without power as well. But the rest of the country is looking okay, other than the cold in the Northeast, which kind of now is probably a little warmer than the cold they've been used to the last few days. But we're all looking pretty good. We actually can enjoy some of these warm temperatures, guys. Go outside, have a great time. Now, as far as the power outages, we do still have 2,500 in Florida from what they just occurred with their thunderstorms. California has 7,300 without power. And Oregon has 3,300 without power. And that's the main states that's without power right now. Now, if you've never been here before, hello, my name is Mark. I do upload every single day, except, of course, Friday from sundown to sundown on Saturday. And I wouldn't do one on Saturday evening unless a big update is needed for some change. And even though I've seen some other people's videos on my day off, nothing has changed, guys, from my video from Friday morning that I posted. Not much at all. Although I have been seeing a lot of things. I will go through that. Now, on the very top of the video on the top left, and the one above my head, is all surface low pressures with precipitation types. So you can see the difference that everybody's getting as these days go along. And it's only for the next 5 days. And as we all know, that's still uncertain. The next 5-day forecast is very shaky as it is past 24 hours, if you ask me. But the one on the very top is the Euro. The one right above my head is the GFS. So you can see the comparison as the days go along in this weather, because these two models are showing two different things. This right here, this is your AO. This is your Arctic oscillation from the cold air that's going to be coming down for any cold air anomalies that comes into our country, giving us cold temperatures. And it's still showing that the last one that we have, guys, was from the 2nd and already making its way up on the 5th. So the one that's hitting the northwest with that little low pressure system, that's the last bit of the very cold air that we're going to have. After that, we're going to be in a positive on the AO, which means this cold air isn't going anywhere past the Midwest, especially until the 9th. Because this right here, the +1, this is about the Midwest. So this is not going too much further. And it's going to go even further as our days go along. And maybe come back to the Midwest around mid-March. And I'm not showing you no forecast from mid-March. There's a couple things I'd like to point out real quick this morning, guys. First of all, you know I love you. God bless every single one of you. I would never want to steer you wrong. That's why I'm going to show you some impacts past the 5 days, but not much. Anything past 5 days is not reliable. And I've noticed when I took my day off, and I really feel for you guys because y'all trying to search up what's going on with the weather, because there's been a lot of serious dramatic videos out there. But I searched and see what I could find, and I tell you what, between one guy, you can't even see a forecast because he's too busy putting a commercial every 2 minutes in his video. Obviously, he should tell you all he cares about is making money on you. Between another guy from Texas, he's fear-mongering you guys. And he's showing, he can't show bad impacts for anybody, so he's going to show a temperature difference from this time last year for an average. And he's showing like a negative 41 degree temperature difference, which has nothing to do with what's going to be impacting you. That's a temperature difference from this time last year. And if this is a colder winter, which it has been, guys, it has been really one of the worst winters in 75 years. So you really can't compare this season to any other season as far as temperature difference and what's going to impact you. Because like you wake up today, it's not going to be 41 degrees difference by tomorrow. So people are really trying to find worst case scenarios to show you guys just so they can make money. And just remember, once you're a salesman, all you care about is sales, guys. And you can pick them out. All they want to do is sell stuff. That's all you want to do, sell stuff to you. And one guy, he's so dramatic that he even put a disclaimer on the front of his videos a while back because he didn't want to answer anybody's questions about his dramatic stuff that he's showing people that don't impact and don't show true. Well, he saw his views went down from that, so he took the disclaimer off. But he's still the same dramatic guy that don't know nothing and his impacts never show true. So please, I know y'all looking out there. I know y'all looking to find the answers that you need to find out what's going on. Subscribe here. I will be honest to you. I will show you what does come, and I will show you if any possibilities that could change. I'm an honest guy, and I will not lie to you. Matter of fact, I don't try and sell anything to you. Support me is just subscribe. I don't have anything to sell you. I did search on my day off just to see what was going on, and I can see what y'all going through. Y'all finding a lot of bad scenarios, bad information, and it's not right. Matter of fact, I even looked for the EPS, which is Ensemble Prediction System. It shows forecast confidence for medium range forecast. And it shows that after this Arctic air is leaving up, matter of fact, today it's headed to the north with that low pressure system going towards the Midwest. And that's the last bit that we're going to see of the Arctic air. At least it's going to start dropping down slowly by the end of March. But this is the coldest anomaly we're going to see in 46 days. Okay, so don't let these people act like they know something that you don't, or they know something that National Weather Service and them don't know. This right here, guys, tells it all. We don't have any more cold air coming any further to the south. Now this is us first thing in the morning. Just your 12Z to 6 a.m. on Central, 7 a.m. on Eastern time, and it's 4 a.m. on the West Coast. And if you've never been here before, my date and timestamp is in between these videos right here on the left. Now this surface low pressure just left across Florida. It did cause them some storms. They do have the power outages like I showed you. We still have that low pressure system in the Pacific Northwest. It's still banging precipitation on the West Coast, and it's still giving a lot of water to Washington, Oregon, and California still. And this is still going to move down to the south like I showed the other day, where the water is going to go all the way down to lower Southern California as well. And we really have a couple of days of some beautiful weather, guys. I mean, this is by tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Same shot, 12Z. You can see we have some nice weather. We have a little bit of snow occurring in the western states from this precipitation coming onshore with the freezing temperatures. There will be some snow accumulation as well as some rain accumulation. But all in all, we are in some nice weather, especially down here in the southeast where this high pressure is set up. High pressure brings clear skies, guys. So we really are in some good weather for the next couple of days. That's why y'all see these people making videos on the 10th and the 15th. I even showed one guy, the fearmonger of Texas. He even showed the 20th over Texas of a storm that's going to hit. Now, if this is hurricane season, it's a little easier doing hurricanes long range because they're pretty much a straight shot. The only thing that's going to affect them is jet streams, dry air, and wind shear. And that's the only thing that makes a difference with that. It's a little bit easier to show where it could be in the future. Now, as far as showing it for the country, we have so much river effects in the upper atmosphere that's going on. There's no way you can be reliable on this information, especially past 2 or 3 days, at least on being precise, because it will change. But it's not going to change as dramatic as he showed 20 days out. That's ridiculous. As we move into Tuesday on the 9th, this is where the system starts coming down. We have that negative EPO all the way to the 10th, and then on the 11th and 12th, the NA is going to be on a very high positive, which means a high ridge. So all this precipitation in this Pacific Northwest will lower down to the southwest before it moves in and then goes up to the Midwest again. And you can see that best here on the 2-meter temperatures. You see everything is just way too warm for anybody to be getting snow except for the Northwest right now from this low pressure moving by. And by the time you get to 6 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday evening, you can see it moved all the way up towards Canada. It did drop some snowfall. It's still dropping a lot of rain on the West Coast, and this has been happening for a while now, and it's going to continue to go down to the southwest. Well, we have another surface low pressure that's moving by, and this is going to be the common pattern. You're going to see a couple low pressures moving by, and they're going to go up to the Midwest. We're on a very high ridge right now in the NAO, and that's the only place they can go. As we go into 6 a.m. for Wednesday on the 10th, this is 6 a.m. Central Time, you can see the surface low pressures moving towards the Midwest. It's still too warm for anybody to be getting snow except for the western side of the system. The other system is going in Canada, And the surface low pressure is moving down to southwest California now, putting rainfall on western California all the way to the south now. So it had moved all the way from Washington to Oregon. Northern California now is going down to southern California. While you're getting some snow in Wyoming and the Dakotas from this system. But you can see the strong dew points are still going up into the system, into the Midwest, keeping the temperatures very warm. So there's no way you can get snowfall, especially out of this. And the temperature is going to be a little bit warmer than the dew points. And then by 9 p.m. on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central Time, you can see that system moved all the way up towards the Great Lakes. Maybe northern Wisconsin will get a little snow out of this, but everything is still a little too warm for any other snowfall. But you can see the storm starting to build up a little bit in this system. And I have shown that the severe weather factor has calmed down from this runs. It has updated to where there's going to be less severe weather as these systems move across the Ohio Valley. So that part has calmed down. It's still showing that there's going to be a flooding issue in the Ohio Valley, but it has calmed down to where you don't have to worry about severe weather greatly. As the other surface low pressure system does follow the same track, it's curving by Texas, going up on that positive NAO and going way up to the Midwest. And this is on the 11th where it comes in from southwest, and all the rainfall that y'all be getting on the west coast will be stopping for a minute at this point. But it will come in and it will follow the same pattern. But as you can see, everybody's temperatures are still way too warm. These are way warm from the strong dew points being sucked up into the system. Only people that's still frozen is northern Wisconsin as far as this system passing by in the Midwest. So maybe northern Wisconsin will get some snow out of this. Northern Minnesota and the Dakotas maybe on the wraparound, but that's about it. And the West Coast, you can see your temperatures are still in the high 40s. So it definitely will be rainfall that y'all will be getting a lot of. Matter of fact, if you back it up a little bit to 6 p.m. on Wednesday night instead of the 9 p.m. Central Time, this is looking for supercell activity. This is the worst chance for any supercell activity, for any severe weather, for any storms to be breaking out of this clash between the warm and the cold temperatures. And this is the worst it is. And this is not bad at all. This is one spot that's up to a 9 or 10. It is 12 right in the very center. Maybe a 13, I think I saw. Yep, 13. That's it, guys. Nothing super severe. And as soon as you go to the next hour, it's gone. Hour before it is gone. It's just going to pop up for a little bit for Oklahoma and a little bit of southern Kansas. But it won't last long. After that, that's it. All you see is this gray right here, which is very low on the scale. It's not big supercell activity. Now, as we move into Thursday, 6 a.m. on Thursday, this is all the way on the 11th, guys. You can see that we've been having a lot of good weather, been a lot of clear weather. Some people's getting some rain, but the storms has calmed down greatly. As a matter of fact, this system is moving across the Central Plains. This one just left the Midwest. So it's going to be putting rainfall in the Northeast. They're not going to get anything out of this system. And this system is going to repeat and go towards the Midwest, just like the last one did. So we're on a positive NAO to at least the 12th or the 13th. While the next low system with the cold air anomaly comes in from the southwest. And this was the last chance for anything. After this, it's not going to be cold no more, guys. By 6 p.m. Central Time for Thursday, the system will move more towards the Midwest. It will create a little more thunderstorms, a little bit of activity. I didn't see much as far as a flash count for thunderstorms. It's just going to be a little severe and stormy. Nothing super bad, but it will bring a lot of rainfall. That is the one thing that has not changed, is this flooding issue for the Ohio Valley. And you can see that clash here. You have the cold air coming down, the cold dry air, the warm dew points coming up. And right there on that line is where your storms is going to get created. And by Friday, 6 o'clock in the morning, that's what I always love showing is the 12Z. That's first thing in the morning. 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. You have another surface low pressure. It's moving over Texas. Don't worry, Texas. You're going to be fine. And the other low pressure that was in the Midwest is now moved to the northeast. And you can see that it's still warm temperatures because they're all still getting rain. A little bit of heavy rain for the Ohio Valley. So you got to watch out still for that flooding. I'm still showing that's the thing. But you can see your temperatures here. You're very warm in the northeast. You're very warm in Ohio Valley. Matter of fact, very warm. That's what's creating a little bit of these storms, is the cold air and the warm dew points coming up, creating a little bit of heavy thunderstorms, and not really severe, but thunderstorms popping up, and there will be some heavy rainfall because the system's moving kind of slow. So you got to be aware of that still. But Texas, you're in 40 degrees, 50 and 60 degrees. You're fine. Now, up to this point, same shots, Friday, 6 o'clock in the morning Central Time. This is your 5-day forecast. Anything past this is absurd, guys. Anything past this will change. Matter of fact, this will change. If you remember last time that it showed a little bit further in Kansas and Missouri on this flash flooding, and now it's gone down some to where they don't have to worry about it as heavy as it once showed. So even a 5-day forecast will change a little bit. Now, if you go past that and you show people 10 and 15 days out, that's absurd. That will never happen. But we do have very heavy rainfall on the west coast from this system that's been banging on it every day, putting rainfall all along the west. And then you got the storms that's been popping up in the Ohio Valley, and that's causing the heavy rainfall over and over and over of these storms being here. Now, just to give you a little insight of where this is so far, that you have anywhere from Missouri, on eastern and northeastern Missouri is where it starts getting heavy, all the way to Michigan. This is where it starts getting heavier. Now, the heaviest spot shows it's anywhere from 2 to 3 inches, anywhere from Indiana to Illinois. This is the heaviest spot. Also, southern Michigan. And you can see it best here. The shot goes all the way from Illinois all the way to Michigan. These are from these storms that keep lining up from the warm temperatures here, the cold temperatures meeting up here over and over and over. And these storms are just adding precipitation day after day. And it's going to add up to a little bit of flash flooding issue, especially for this region. And as far as how far to the northeast is going to drag, it is going to drag some to northwest Pennsylvania, southwest New York. It will be a heavy precipitation there. Ohio, you're going to get it on the northeast and the northwest side, western being worst. With heavy precipitation going to build up now all the way from southwest California all the way to northern California. And it's going to stretch all the way up towards Oregon and Washington as well. So anywhere along the west coast, you are going to be getting some heavy precipitation. However, it's not going to get far inside. And your total snow accumulation by Friday, according to the GFS, like I said, GFS is a way better long-range model. Euro is just not real dependable until it's close range. I mean, it's got to be real close, but it gets pretty exact on impacts by then. But until then, GFS is the one that sees everything. And it does show that there will be some light snow, southern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, a little bit in the Great Lakes, as well as the Dakotas, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, in the west. You're going to get some snow buildup from these systems that keep curving up, spinning precipitation on the western side of the system, and y'all still going to be cold. A lot of this is going to be in the higher elevations. But you can also see in the northeast, you're talking maybe an inch or two of snow for northern New York and Vermont and New Hampshire, and that's just maybe, and that's just a little bit. Now, if you go over to the Euro, you can see how it's way different. The Euro shows that the Northeast is getting nothing, maybe an inch. That's what that gray is. That gray is an inch, maybe an inch, maybe an inch or two for northern Wisconsin and the Great Lakes, and also the western U.S. is getting less amounts. So it's not showing that it's a big snowfall event that's going to be happening with these systems while they pass by. And just to cover every angle so nobody tries to do any mongering to you guys, this is your ice accumulation. Maybe you'll get up to 1/10 of an inch northern Wisconsin and the Great Lakes, a little bit heavier, but that's it. Even to square it away and be even rounded, the Euro model even shows it's even less. So I really don't think there's anything to worry about as far as freezing rain or ice accumulation. Even though some models show there's freezing rain, there's snow, and it's moving. Yeah, but what's moving after it? Very warm temperatures and rain. And that's going to wash all that away. Now that right there is your official 5-day forecast of what you can expect. So as you go through your day on Saturday, this is your 21Z. This is 3 p.m. Central Time. You see you do have some heavy rainfall. It's not very severe, even though it looks a little severe. This is just a lot of heavy rainfall in these storms, a lot of precipitation. And you do see that the system is putting some snow on Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado, a little bit for New Mexico, as the wraparound of the precipitation comes around from this counterclockwise system spinning, putting rainfall in the freezing temperatures, which is a very thin line of what is frozen at this point. It's a very small region and a little bit in the northwest. But we have a lot of warm temperatures that has moved in at this point. And all these storms, you can see that once showed snow or showed freezing rain or any of that. Now it's showing rainfall because the temperatures are warming up as it goes across. And as you keep going to Saturday till 9 p.m., you can see the system's barely moving. So it's kind of doing like a stall for a number of hours right over Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. So we'll be putting heavy snowfall on western Kansas, Nebraska, also for Colorado, and some of the Dakotas has a good chance as well. And as this moves up to the Midwest, whatever's on the west side of this system has a good chance for getting snow accumulation. But all this warm air, all this rainfall is just going to be rain for everybody else. You can see it warming up as it crosses over. It tries to do snow, it tries to do some freezing rain because it's cold way up at top at the 500 millibar level. But at the 850 millibar level, which is 3,000 feet, which is your melting point or your freezing point of what you're going to get, is very warm. So it's coming down very warm air, and then right before the surface, it gets a little cold again, but it's not cold enough. It's right at 32, 33 degrees, and it's just not good enough to be getting any accumulation. And you can see the warm air, this red line, you can see the warm air right when it gets around 850 millibars, that's 3,000 feet. It is very warm. It is well past freezing temperatures. And then when it finally comes down to the surface after that, it just gets to 32 degrees. And it was way warmer before that. But you can see your temperatures here is starting to warm up as it goes north. And nobody here is in the freezing temperatures no more. Now it's moving more northerly. And these temperatures will rise as this system rises and pulls all these dew points up and warms up the atmosphere. But you can see that best here, guys. This is your 850 millibar shot, so you can see your temperatures. You do see there is some cold air moving in on the western side of this surface low pressure. It is bringing some cold air. Now, this isn't your 2 meter temperatures, what you're going to feel on the ground. This is 850 millibars. This is that warm air that I showed you that's going to be in this storm as it moves, and it's going to warm all this snow and freezing rain up before it comes to the ground and comes down as rainfall. Or freezing rain, then rainfall. This is why. Look how warm everything is in the atmosphere. And when you check that shot for Sunday, 6 a.m. Central Time, according to the Euro, there's nothing there. That's why you cannot depend, especially past 5 days, guys. I mean, look at the dramatic difference. We have a big system to the GFS. The Euro shows nothing. The Euro shows, matter of fact, there's a big high pressure there. And now instead of it being in the central U.S., it's a possibility it could be a nor'easter in the northeast, which I'm sure somebody's going to make a video about that soon. Nor'easter. This is the 14th. This is Sunday on the 14th. This is literally way too far to be assuming that. Now, this is your snow accumulations all the way to the 16th. And I'm not going to go through this because this is very much subject to change. Y'all know how I feel about that. Anything past 3 days, but especially 5 days, is all drama. Anything past that, everybody knows it's going to change, but they choose to show it to you anyway. Because according to the Euro, that's not going to happen. But the GFS, once again, for precipitation, very far out, but it shows still that we still have a possibility for some heavy rainfall for the central U.S. Anywhere from Kansas all the way to Indiana is going to be a possibility for heavy rainfall, especially for Missouri and eastern Kansas. So we need to watch out for that. But however, it's not trending because according to the Euro, none of that really happens. It gets a little bit of heavy rainfall for Oklahoma, western Arkansas, and southern Missouri. That's about it. Same shot, same date, different outcomes. That's why you can't believe it when it's so far out. Matter of fact, if we look at the National Weather Service and see what your accumulation for rainfall will be in the next 5 days, you can see that you do have some amounts everywhere. I'll go through it real quick. Heavy rainfall accumulation, just like I showed you from eastern Nebraska. You got some from Missouri with a hot spot in central Missouri. You got a hot spot in central Illinois, and you got a hot spot in northern Indiana. And you're going to have the same amount of rainfall that's going to be hitting southern California, right around Los Angeles. as well as Northern California, there will be some heavy amount of rainfall accumulation within the next 5 days. So what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to play this according to the NAM 3K. The NAM 3K is reliable within the first few days. It is very close to other models that is trending the outcomes. So I'm going to show you the severe side of it, where you can see all the precipitation type for the next 2.5 days, next 60 hours. If you've never been here before, this is the best part of my channel, if you ask me. God, I love Jesus, and I love to find a way to praise him every day. I hope you have a very blessed day today. I really do. Psalm 145. I will extol thee, my God, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty, and of thy wondrous works. And men shall speak of the might of thy terrible acts, and I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Lord, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, and holy in all his works. The Lord is nigh unto them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry, and will save them. The Lord preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. Amen. Hope you have a very blessed day today. God bless you all. I wish peace to all of you and your families. Have a great day, guys. The weather is going to be nice for a while. All glory does go to God, God of Jacob. Have a blessed Sunday, guys. Amen.